Okay, here we are rotating the passenger side axle. Whoops, we lost one of our cups here, so we have to start over. Okay, everyone. So yesterday we were working on getting these pinion gears, or also known as spider gears, these tiny little spider gears back, and trying to walk those back into place. And if you remember right, I showed you that each one of them had like a washer or a race, a chrome race associated with it. So when we went to walk the spider gears back in place, these washers or races would keep slipping off. So it took me about 6 or 7 tries to walk the spider gears or pinion gears back in place. And just as a reminder, we did that by holding the passengers, holding the driver's side axle still, which held the case and the ring gear still, and by turning the passenger side axle, we were able to walk these pinion gears or spider gears back into place. So the solution to these popping out while we were trying to walk them back into place was using these crowbars. So what I did, I braced these little gears, or I mean these little races, and kind of pushed up on them while we were rotating the passenger side axle. So these are already in there now, but I want to kind of show you how we did that. So basically, I would pry on the case here, and I would pry on the case here, holding those ring washers, and I put this this soft piece of aluminum in there so it wouldn't scar the race, and pried up on it while someone helped me by turning the passenger side axle and walking the pinion gears in. I also had to do the same thing on top here. So I had a second crowbar in here, like so, prying down onto these washers or races to get those to go into place as we're walking the pinion gears in. So like I said, it took me about 7 tries to get this finally back in there, and sorry I didn't videotape that for you, but I want you to know it did work. And here's the tool again. So I just ended up using the 2 washers. One was like a 5/8 washer that sat recessed in here, and the other was a little bigger, that was a 3/4 inch washer, and that one sat on this side. So we use this to basically compress the clutch packs and make room inside here to walk these pinion gears in place. Once the pinion gears are in place, you can still turn the entire case without the pinion shaft installed, and then you're able to put your axles back in and the little C-clips onto the axles. Once the axles are back in and the C-clips are in place, you can rotate this around and put your pinion back in. Now that's the wrong side there. What I want to show you is the side right over here. So I ended up having to tap this back in with a hammer. And the other thing I found out is I had to use a 3/8 inch socket, which I was kind of expecting this to be metric, but it was actually a 3/8 inch socket. And the reason I point that out is because when I went to take this bolt out that holds the pin in place, I almost stripped the head of the bolt, and in that case I would have had to buy a whole new case. So be careful there. This is really not a metric bolt. It's a 3/8 inch socket that you need here. Another point I wanted to make was while we were spinning while we were trying to walk these spider gears or pinion gears back in place, it was very difficult to hold the driver's side axle still, and we had to use a 4-foot pipe on the lug nuts, on the lugs, to try to turn this axle. So at first we couldn't turn the passenger side axle, and what I actually ended up doing was loosening the compression on the springs. So there's a balance there. You have to, when you're doing this, you need to try to compress the clutch packs as much as possible, but keep in mind, if you compress them too much, you're not going to be able to. It's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to rotate the passenger side axle and be able to work that back in. So, like I said, just by playing around with the adjustment of this, I was able to only need like a 4-foot pipe up against the axle studs for the lug nuts. As you can see, at first I actually applied too much, and you can see how it bent the washer. That's how much force there is compressing these springs. And I also want to mention this was a 3/4 inch washer, and this was I believe a 5/8. I think if I would do it again, the 5/8 didn't bend because it was recessed inside the axle cup, and I'd probably use just 2 5/8 inch washers if I have to do this again. This tool I thought this would be very helpful to hold the pinion gears while I was trying to walk them back in to the differential. Turned out this was useless, so don't bother making one of these. The only thing that came in handy, like I said, was when I was prying those races, caps, washers. I let this stop from nicking those with the crowbars. Okay, I just wanted to show everyone, this is what I used to lock the driver's side axle in place. It's just an old 2x6 I had around, and I just wedged it between the lug nut studs to keep the driver's side axle from turning. On the other side here, we'll go over here and Basically, I just used a piece of pipe, or I had my son use a piece of pipe. This one's only like 2 feet long, but we had another piece earlier, and all we did was we put this on the studs of the wheel lug nuts, and use that to turn the axle.